right, our viewers, welcome to another special moment on television where we talk peace and development. Of course, my names are NigerDelta ChatRoom, and of course, the program is the NigerDelta ChatRoom show where we talk peace and development in the Ijaw Nation and the Niger Delta. And on the hot seat with me today to discuss Ijaw Nation development and the Niger Delta is our illustrious son of the great Ijaw Nation. Is no other person but Mr. Morris Alagoa, an environmental activist. Daddy, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you.
You're on the hot seat today, and we are here to talk it blunt.
Yeah.
So quickly, how developed is Ijaw Nation general? Are we developed?
Not say we are developed, but we are gradually moving towards what development is. And don't forget, development is a continuum.
Okay.
Even America today, even Abuja, the federal capital territory of Nigeria, as we speak today, development projects are going on. Okay. And development is not just about skyscrapers and physical things here and there.
Good.
It also encompasses social relationships. So development is a continuum, and no two communities or people or societies will be on the same level, just as our faces are different. Yeah, so development, as a student of development, I know that we are crawling and we are demanding for development to come to Ijaw Nation.
Okay.
Yeah. Ijaw Nation have been able to produce a precedent.
Yeah.
I will say we are not, we cannot relegate ourselves to the background.
Okay.
But then this didn't come as on a platter of gold. That is why sometimes they say peace, for you to achieve progress and peace, is not something that is just rosy. Sometimes conflicts, crises, in how you resolve them also help to bring about development. The Ijaw Nation has sacrificed quite a lot, right from the times of King Frederick William Koko, who resisted the unfair trade, practices of the British, and he confronted them, up to Isaac Adakaboro.
Okay.
And then in modern times, the Niger Delta youths, led by the Ijaw youths. And if not for the uprising, the Niger Delta problematic as a result of the unfair treatment, what is due the Niger Delta, what is due the Ijaw Nation, as the producer of the golden egg, is not being treated fairly.
Well, the federal government is saying that so much has been invested in developing the Niger Delta region that the leaders are mismanaging the fund and the governors.
Yeah, that is also there. But first of all, what is the percentage that is given to the region?
Okay.
Only recently, a governorship aspirant in Bayelsa State alluded to the fact that Bayelsa State is a terrain that is difficult to develop. And it is true. There are some states in Nigeria that you only grade. You only have run the machine, the grader, on the environment, and after that you pour asphalt and you have a tarred road.
Okay.
But in the Niger Delta, you have to remove and you have to add sand or laterites in kilometers before you begin to put in coal tar and laterite. So it is very expensive in terms of development. Now, talking about derivation, from 1.3%, and now we have 13%. But how was it in those days? We talk about 100%, later 50%, and then all of a sudden, everything was taken away from the people of Ijola. So, as good as some percentage is given to the Niger Delta in the form of NDDC and the 13%, how has the federal government also followed up to ensure that this thing they want for the Niger Delta people are actually going to the people of the Niger Delta. As we speak, a lot of communities do not have drinking water, pipe-borne water. They do not have effective educational and health centers in their communities, not even neighboring communities. Just for snake bites or bullet wounds, people have to travel kilometers to seek for medical attention. And along the line, some lose their lives. So, compared to places like Libya, where we heard that even immediately you are born, you have been captured and then kept in line. That once you come of age, you are given something. So the Nigerian scenario is just something else in terms of denial and injustice to the people of the Niger Delta, especially your nation.
The Niger Delta governors and the developmental issues in the region, how would you score the performance of the Niger Delta governors compared to the fund that was given to them to develop the region?
I have actually been advocating seriously. I've been part of protests, covering protests in communities, and I used to tell them that it is communities like you that the 13% are meant for. These protests you are doing are not needful. You are protesting because you don't have light, because you don't have water. If the percentage coming to the region is being judiciously channeled, most of these community protests wouldn't happen. Talking about the oil companies, they are also trying in terms of corporate social responsibility. You see more of company signposts in communities than government signposts, whether it's say federal government, state government, or local government. Talk about community link roads within the community. Talk about giant generators to give them light, and jetties, town halls. This you see associated with oil companies. If I'm scoring them, it won't be up to 40%.
Up to 40%?
Yes, it won't be up to 40%. And that is why some of us have even been advocating for NDDC to be replicated in states. Although Delta has it, Ondo has it, and one or two other states have it. And I wonder if they are really
Bayelsa
effective.
is supposed to have that before. I think they said the previous governor, said Dixon, refused to sign it into law.
No, actually, I was part of the group that first of all sent a bill to the House of Assembly for that, to establish the Bayelsa Oil Mineral Processing Area Development Commission. Yes, and we never knew it was put on the basket, on the waste basket. Sadly, before the 2019 election, governorship election, we saw a situation whereby the state government proposed a bill on this same oil producing area development commission. We never knew that it was just a camouflage. Yes, even a public hearing was done. The king of Tuambras, the member of Tuambras, His Royal Majesty King Alfred the SSP was also there. Some other persons, civil society, they were also there. But immediately after the election,
kept aside.
They kept it aside. It was just a gimmick. Maybe to draw.
It was used as a political campaign strategy.
Yes, but when they saw that.
We talk peace and development in the Niger Delta and the Ijaw Nation. Now, of course, I know you're watching over there. It's getting so interesting because our son, the Niger Delta proudly son, is right here to dish it out the way it is. So I tell you, if you want to be on the show, on the hot seat to talk Niger Delta development, Ijaw Nation development, just call the numbers on the screen and you will be there so that you'll be on the hot seat to talk peace and development in Niger Delta. The Bayelsa State. People say that Bayelsa State ought to be more developed than this. The Bayelsa State is a state with one local government, just Yenagoa. So what do we blame? Is it the government or the Ijaw Nation?
Bayelsa State is not just one local government. Initially, well, we have 8 local governments, and we have been
That's 8 local government with one local government functioning.
No. If you say one local government functioning.
Because everybody is in Yenagoa.
Yes, but if you look at it, if you we are praying that more should happen. But if you go to places like Odi that was destroyed, invaded and destroyed by the Nigerian military. If you go to Odi today, you will be proud of the people of Odi. In old River State, and the whole of this part was part of Southern Ijaw, Yanagwa local government area. They were all part of Yanagwa local government. We had Brass too. Then we have the Sagbama, which is made up of Kulokmo, Pokma, and the rest of them. You see, that's why we have Bayelsa. Brass local government, Yanagwa local government, and Sagbama brought up the acronym Bayelsa. Before the creation of Bayelsa State, this area that we occupy now as the Bayelsa State as an entity was a typically rural setting.
Okay.
The only thing is that Yanagwa is suffering is unordered development.
Okay. Allow me say to the 3 years of the present governor.
Yeah.
Who has developed Bayelsa State more? Truth be told.
Yeah, truth be told, all of them have tried.
Now let's fast track to Sirake Dixon.
Yeah.
What will Sirake Dixon be remembered for as a governor?
We will remember Sirake Dixon for the Nembe Yanagwa Ogbea Nembe Road. That's a major one.
Okay.
That has reduced transport cost and time from going from Yanagwa to Nembe. Anytime you like, you can go. The airport.
And the airport.
The airport.
Okay.
Also and then the dualization, the expansion of the Azikoro Road, Hospital Road, Road Safety Road. These were all expanded by the
So let's just say a giant project was the airport.
Yes. Yeah. Senator Doyediri, the incumbent, will be remembered for taking on abundant projects to logical conclusion. Okay. I give you the Nembe Unity Bridge.
Okay.
It was in limbo. It came in and it has been completed. Imiringi had also a bridge that was under construction, destroyed by the 2012 flood. He has come and then completed it. It has been commissioned. A Lebele bridge also collapsed by flood. And I think a trailer caused that one. He has completed it.
Okay.
Now, as we speak, he's working on a road project that has been there since Okilo's time. There's a bridge that's supposed to cross at Polako, the Taylor Creek. Over the years, NDDC took it over. It was in limbo. Senator Doyediri is prosecuting it now. Yanagwa Ekremo Road, Sagbama Ekremo Road. Now it's also prosecuting the one from Yanagwa to Oproma, where Dixon's administration stopped it. It's pushing it forward. A bridge across the non-river at Angiama is on.
Okay.
And then it's moving to Otuan and Oproma. Okay. That road is supposed to hit Ukubie at the end of the day. Even my community on Deware is looking forward to that road reaching there very soon. The Brass Road is under construction right now as we speak. That is something that has been a mirage.
Okay.
Something that Babangida promised that it will be completed in 48 months during his time. And it has been there for donkey years. Now, Timipuri Silva, when he was governor, Nembe people also mobilized, visited him, talked about the need for a road to Nembe. And I heard that he said of what economic importance was that road to the people of Bayelsa or Nembe. But today, we are happy that that road has been completed. And moving towards Brass. So, the Doyediri administration will be remembered for quite a lot of things. Even the road to Igbedi, he started and completed it.
Okay.
Yes, Igbedi was the only community in Kolokmo Pokuma that was not linked by road. He came, that was completed within a very short time of his administration. So, Senator Doyediri has completed abundant projects, initiated new ones. As we speak, another road is going towards Ogbea. From Yanagwa here at Akaba, is going towards Okodi. It's a new, brand new road. It's also working from Onwebum, another road to Otweke that has been in very bad shape. The flood damaged infrastructure, road infrastructure, leading to Amasoma, leading to Imiringi, to Elebele. He has also repaired all of them and also provided culverts in preparation for further monster flood. Just in case those floods come, there will be routes for this water to pass easily.
So if I may get you right now, I will believe that Doyediri has expanded Bayelsa more than the other three governors.
Doyediri, the way it's going, if we allow him, as he was also part of this year's Okilo Day celebration, and said Okilo gave him the platform to go into politics and become the councillor that he first became. And I think he's moving in that direction, and that is why we say there is need to give him a pat on the back by giving him another chance, 4 years, for him to continue. Because if others come in now, these ongoing developmental projects may be truncated. Yes, they may be abundant. And he is known for completing abundant projects. And that is one thing that is helping Rivers State. Bayelsa State is the Jerusalem of Ijaw Nation. We have only 8 local governments. And I'm shocked that our Ijaw brothers from other states are sitting comfortably instead of to come together to ensure that we have more local governments in Bayelsa State. That comfort is not, I'm not feeling good about it.
People say that the Ijaw styles of political leadership is selfish interest, and that is why development is far from Ijaw Nation. Do you agree to that statement?
Well, at the time I said even if Bayelsa State becomes a nation, it will be like another Nigeria. Why do I say so? I looked at the politicians and begin to feel that they are practicing what we call furocracy in Nembe.
Furocracy?
Yeah, not stealing in per se, but family. My own segment, you know, and seeing others as strangers. When we are all supposed to be collectively a body. And except we begin to identify that and make development, you know, to reach all nooks and crannies, that furocracy will always come to the fore. So that selfish political scenario is here in Bayelsa State and in Ijaw Nation.
Ijaw Nation.
However, the followership is also a problem. Even those who have gone to school, we should encourage them to acquire skill and begin to earn a living for themselves, rather than doing, I am loyal, I want to serve you, I want to work with you, and they give themselves job by becoming your social media agent or whatever, aid, as they call it. So,
what would be your take? What would be your take now to the Ijaw Nation when you talk about leadership, the INC and the IYC style of developmental issues in Ijaw Nation? As a leader and an activist, are you satisfied with IYC and INC style of leadership?
The Ijaw Nation, the IYC and the INC, I think they are trying to revive. They are trying to revive these our cultural, you know, cultural organizations, socio-political organizations.
But people say they've derailed to the major cause.
Yes, before, but now some ray of hope is coming. Some ray of hope is coming, because a lot of misgiving. Sometimes we do not have the real facts. But then it's like people who assume leadership are using it to negotiate for their own private, you know, ends. What happened in Rivers State when Odele was governor there? The IYC, in fact, that was when there was heavy crisis in Rivers State. So I am praying that the leadership quality of our people comes back to the initial stage, the formative stage, whereby the main aim is the good of the Ijaw Nation. Good. And again, we should not spare our Ijaw Nation leaders. We should not throw stone only at the center or somebody who is not an Ijaw. If an Ijaw leader is not doing well, we should tell him face to face. Our communities are still drinking from the rivers, the polluted rivers and swamps. And then we are throwing stones elsewhere. We should tell our governors that this is the situation, we need this. So we should not play double standards. Double standards.
Mr. Tompolo and the Ijaw Nation. How would you describe the man Tompolo to the Ijaw Nation?
For me, not only...
Because people say Tompolo is a blessing to NigerDelta and Ijaw Nation.
Just reminded me of the song of King Robert Ebizimo, GOC. Yes. Adakaburo Wezide. When they say Adakaburo Wezide, they are referring to Tompolo. And I think, without mincing words, is the only true revolutionary true Ijaw spirit, our freedom fighter that I think we have. Why do I say so? I also heard that even before he dropped arms, before he agreed finally with the federal government, he wept, knowing that he was going somewhere. The Ijaw nation was going somewhere. But maybe because of the pleadings, the pressure from his fellow Ijaw persons here and there, okay, let's agree. And based on what they promised, they have now relaxed, waiting for the government to bridge the gap, the developmental gaps. But unfortunately, the gaps are yet to be bridged. However, Tompolo has remained true to himself. You hardly see him here and there. The last time and the only time I visited Opuruza and met him one-on-one, there's one statement he made when some persons were making unguarded statements and moving about with guns here and there. We all saw it. He said, well, he has vowed not to go against any Ijaw man. Otherwise, those people won't come out from where they are doing those things with their guns. He said he will not do harm. And he also said the sea piracy prevailing in Bayelsa State, he emphatically mentioned Bayelsa State, that sea pirates are disturbing our mothers and fathers in the creeks, that his eyes will be there in Bayelsa State to make sure these things come to a standstill.
I tell you that the program is a NigerDelta ChatRoom show where we talk peace and development in Ijaw Nation and the Niger Delta at large. As usual, my guest has been activist, environmental activist, Morris Alagoa, saying it blunt the way it is. Do you have a favorite Ijaw politician?
Yes.
Who is your favorite Ijaw political leader?
Incidentally, he's no more.
Yeah.
But that's Okilo.
Okilo.
Because of his unparalleled, empathic kind of politics. And we have a name associated with his disposition, Okiloism. Okiloism, you find his footprint in almost all the communities in this very Bayelsa State. And mind you, I told you, Bayelsa State, as it is presently constituted in Old River State, was a typically rural area. That it will leave creek, what do they call it? Brick house, the government house in River State. And touch every community in Bayelsa here, this area that was typically rural. And not only here, it touched Eshe area, Ogoni area, Kalabari area, even in Borokri town. You have the Sandfield area that is Sandfield, where after many years, they have built on that area. Okilo embarked on canalization, shoreline protection, building of locust houses, and electricity. He started the first University of Science and Technology in this country. He started the first independent power project here that supplied light down to southern Ijaw, even to Abua area, everywhere. Even though it never got to some areas before his administration was terminated by coup plotters. You see, so Okilo's footprint, we are praying that those, even in the Ogbea area that are shouting Okiloism, Okiloism, that the spirit and disposition of Okilo should actually work in us.
So how would you score the performance of NDDC, Amnesty, the Ministry of Niger Delta, and the federal government in terms of developing the Niger Delta region? Have they performed very credibly well?
For me, by religiously releasing this 13%, they are trying.
Okay.
I give them kudos. The remaining part of that 13% is how those who are in charge of the funds coming in are using it, are applying it.
Okay.
As for Niger Delta Affairs Ministry, I scored them below even 5%. Okay. I cannot identify anything relating to that ministry in Bayelsa, in River State, or even in Delta. In Delta, when I was going to Ogbogbini or so, I saw one structure where they say whether it's a recreation youth development center or something like that. Abandoned. So what exactly is that ministry? Just on paper, and then Nigeria always add it as part of our assets. They need to restructure it. I've been advocating for it to be scrapped. But recently, when it was about being scrapped, our elders rose up, like my leader, Ann Kio Briggs, and others rose up, said, no, if it is not working, make it effective. And I agree with them. For NDDC, it lost steam. A lot of abundant projects littering the landscape of Niger Delta. They started well, but all of a sudden, maybe the issue of corruption caught up with them. You have a lot of abundant shoreline protection projects, even in Bayelsa State. So, NDDC needs to be rejigged too, to get back that steam, to effectively deliver. Okay. And they should not only be working solo, they should work in collaboration, tight collaboration with the state and local government.
So quickly, how would you assess retired Barry Indiomo and the PAP program?
Yesterday, somebody complained bitterly and even sent me court judgment against the PAP that is supposed to take care of the beneficiaries, and they have not answered them. As for Indiomo, I've also spoken against those who are writing petitions. Those who are always trying to say, remove this person, remove this person. Why? How many people you've called for the removal of Goro? You call for the removal. I think he's trying, because these few days we are hearing about people in the aviation industry that are being trained. Yeah. They want to link with different parastatals.
Thank you very much. Despite your busy schedules, thanks for making this moment reality. All right, tell you that has been our show today on the Niger Delta ChatRoom show, where we talk peace and development. Our guest has been the proud son of the Niger Delta, an environmental activist, himself, Morris Alagoa. So that has been the show. Always remember that the Ijaw nation is the feeding bottle of the Nigerian nation. Another week, another guest will be on the hot seat. From me to you, always give out a good smile. I am Mitchell Dow Bimina Tams Okombre. Bye-bye, and do have a pleasant rest.